Welcome and thanks for listening to the 4 Things to Know podcast produced by the City of Auburn in Auburn, Alabama. Each week, we'll take a few minutes to walk you through events, street closures, and important dates you should know about as Auburn residents. We're going to start off by introducing some of the folks who are behind the scenes with this podcast. Let's start with David.
I'm David Dorton, Director of Public Affairs.
And I'm Allison Blankenship, Public Affairs Neighborhood Specialist.
I'm Cynthia Williford Bean, Public Affairs Multimedia Specialist.
And I'm Nick Bowman, the Public Affairs Specialist. So David, what you got for us this week?
Well, since we're starting this podcast, let's talk a little bit about how we try to get information out to Auburn residents, how you can keep track of what's going on. Obviously, we've got the website. We've got auburnalabama.org. Lots of social media out there. We've got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. We've also got public safety and library channels in addition to just the main city channel. Soon we'll have a Parks and Rec channel on Facebook as well. We've got our e-notifier, auburnalabama.org/e-notifier, where you can subscribe to news and announcements. You can subscribe to traffic updates. And we've got this podcast, which repeats. It's got one, channel with city council meetings, and then this open line channel where we hope to give you more information. Did I miss anything?
We have a new app for Auburn Police.
Yeah, we've got our public safety app. What else? How can people stay informed on the city?
We've got our open line newsletter that goes out in your water bill, so you may get it and throw it away every month, but it has really important information in it.
Yeah, so there's a lot of ways to connect.
And we're not going to put a date on it just yet, but we're going to have some more expanded open line content coming soon.
We are on the website, so that's something to look out for.
All right. Allison, how about you?
Yeah, well, I just wanted to spend a minute on the Citizens Academy. We have been working on planning this for a while, and applications became available this week. So really excited about that. We've got some good applications coming in. And if you are interested in learning more about the city, you can go to auburnalabama.org/neighborhoods and check out this program and find an application and find out when all the session dates are going to be. It's going to be over 7 months, and you're just going to come and visit with each department and learn about how the city operates. So it's going to be really fun.
Cynthia, how about you?
So for me, we have some road closures throughout the city coming up this Sunday, February 20th, for the War Eagle Run Fest Half Marathon and 5K. It's a new event that AO Tourism is putting on. So if you're driving around, starting at 6:30 that morning, there are going to be some road closures on major streets like Magnolia, College, Thatch, Sanford, East University, Donahue, a lot of our major roads. And there will just be rolling lane closures throughout both routes, which you can find on our website at news.auburnalabama.org. And both races are expected to finish around 11, so if you're not getting out until then, you shouldn't have to worry about it. But if you are out and about on Sunday, anytime from 6:30 to 11, just be aware there will be some lane closures going on.
And if you're to sign up for e-notifier, you'll get that notice as well,
yes,
right?
You will get a reminder on Thursday. So go sign up for e-notifier.
Yeah.
And how can they sign up?
You can sign up at auburnalabama.org/e-notifier for text and or email updates.
Sounds great. And my point this week is not so much an event, but just something that we're keeping track of here at the city. We watch a lot of the action going on during the state legislative session. Everybody gets always so focused on Congress, they forget they have state legislatures as well. They affect your life probably more than Congress does. We watch it on behalf of the city just to keep our staff up to speed about things that might affect them and our residents. But the interesting thing coming out of the COVID pandemic is because the State House was closed for so long, they adopted a lot of pretty good accessibility through their website. You can go watch committee meetings. You can go watch the floor sessions. So that's what I spend a lot of my time doing. But the good thing is that if you're a resident of Alabama, you can just go watch the legislature. You don't have to roll down to Montgomery. You can just Google Alabama legislature. I'm not going to give you the URL because the URL is a little crazy. But just Google Alabama legislature. It'll take you to their state website, which is called Allison. You can get into the live stream portion and know what's going on in the state capitol.
And kind of on that note, going back to ways you can stay informed on the City of Auburn, city council meetings. And the first and third Tuesday of the month, in addition to being able to attend in person, you can watch on your PEG channels on your cable system on WOW and Knology. That's Public Information and Government channels. You can watch live on YouTube, or after the fact, you can watch live on Facebook, or you can listen to the podcast after the meeting. It's also on WANI Live. So there's a number of ways that you can experience council meetings. So it's not quite the legislative session, but folks can keep informed on that as well.
Still important. All right. Well, that's what we got this week. We'll be back early next week to go over some events that are coming up next week. And, if you need to stay on top of road closures, or you want to get your kids out to something, maybe attend the Citizen Academy, you should tune back in. Thanks, everybody, for coming.
Thanks.
This has been the 4 Things to Know podcast, produced by the City of Auburn in Auburn, Alabama. Thanks for listening, Auburn, and we'll see you next week.